Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Internet Nobodies podcast. I am your host, Freddie, and today we have another wonderful roundtable of people. So let's take it away.
Hello, my name is Dale, and I'm light years ahead of you.
Hi, I'm just your average 30-year-old getting ready to go on his first Pokemon adventure. My mom packed me a sandwich, and I got my first Pokemon Bulbasaur with me, and I'm ready to get out there.
What's your name?
I am purple. Everyone in the Pokemon universe is a color. There are no names.
My god.
Their names are the color.
Squirtle!
And special guest Squirtle.
Squirtle! Hi, I'm Ariel. Nice to meet you.
And I am Freddie, and I love jelly donuts. Nothing beats jelly-filled donuts. Jelly-filled are the best.
My god. Right. Thank you, 4Kids.
Let's start the podcast.
Let's
I
do
wanted
it.
those donuts so badly when I was a kid, and now I realize that they're seaweed flavored, and I'm not happy about it.
So, what are we talking about today, Fredward?
Well, as apparently we're going back in time with the Peter Time Machine there.
Yeah, I haven't actually tried to do the intro since like the first one actually.
I forgot about that, actually. But today we're talking about the worst and best reasons why Pokemon World would suck or rule.
It would totally rule.
You would think
mean-
that.
No, I know that.
The rampant gang-related activities is a bit worrying.
That is
It's
very
exciting!
true.
I mean, yeah.
To be fair, they all most of them are pretty incompetent and don't understand basic science. But
Yeah, like, they're going up against 10-year-olds. Like, how bad can they possibly be?
It's true.
They're very
true.
threatened. Like, not only going up against, they are threatened by 10-year-olds.
And
Like, we need to stop this kid.
dismantled.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
every other month, it's just like front page news, 10-year-old dismantles crime organization.
I don't know if that's worrisome or just a really good system.
I
Like
mean,
adults are just like, we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about anything. We just let our kids do it.
Maybe that's why they send them off at 10 years old. They just know, like, that's the weakness. This is going to help the world. Anytime, like, their country's in shambles, time to send the 10-year-olds out to
Do you think
defeat
the
the bad
10-year-olds were
guys.
the ones who went to the Pokemon War?
Do you think 10-year-olds are the ones that are going to help us through 2020?
No.
Oh,
if
God.
anything,
No.
they're the ones who are probably going to be the most in trouble. Let's be honest.
That is very true.
Well, they're Gen Z, I think. So,
but yeah,
They're doing
speaking
good.
of, I don't know about you guys, I think I would join Team Skull.
I don't think I would. I feel like I would just be my own guy if I had to be a villain. And if I ever saw any Team Skulls walking around being all like white ass motherfucker, like just waving his arms around like he knows what's up and trying to make like I don't remember because I didn't finish it. Were they like rapping or trying to rhyme all the time?
I don't think they were rhyming. They were just like street kids.
Okay.
I think they were just kind of like throwing their hands like
They
were
are
rapping.
just
Like they're so
wannabes.
gangsta.
They are wannabe gangsters and like serious, but they're adults. They're wannabe gangster, fucking angsty teen adults.
Are they teens? I feel like they'd be more like
No,
our age.
no, that's what I'm saying. They're adults, but they're quote unquote angsty teens.
Like man children.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, which, don't get me wrong, in a convention scene is hilarious and I love it, but if it was for real, I feel like I would punch them in the face.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
that-
wouldn't
that
get in
would-
trouble because I don't have to complain to anyone's parents unless their parents are also there for some reason. It's like, how dare you punch my child? Your child's 30! Tell him to get a job!
I think there's a part in that game that implies that most of Team Skull are kids that just gave up on trying to beat the Elite Four.
Oh, well, that's kind of depressing. But at the same
Yeah.
time, get a job!
That's another thing. What are jobs in the world of Pokemon?
cool jobs.
Oh shit!
Nurse Joy, if
You're
she
right.
technically counts as a
Yeah,
job.
if you're not a nurse or a cop,
Or
Cafe
or a
owner,
mart,
or
a
a,
mart owner, you're fucking done.
Well, I mean,
Like,
also
the
you
jobs
can
would-
be a pachinko place owner.
What? Listen,
The jobs would be pretty normal there.
They're just infused with Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I-
they just
I
like you
guess.
got like the world runs the way the human world runs, but you have like some Pokemon slave labor in there.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, what's the point in having like people work then? If you just got like an army of Machops and Machokes and Machamps, then why are you even going to hire people when you don't even have to pay the Pokemon?
well, someone's got to
People-
boss them around.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's still like 1% of the workforce.
Like they can't talk, so it's like okay, you need like let's just say you need like muscles, so you got one guy who can speak English telling
Yeah, that's
the
one person
Machops
versus like
to like lift up the stuff.
That's still
and-
one person versus what could be like a lot more people. Because like even if you have one person to direct each Pokemon, that's stupid. At that point, you would just have the people.
Well, at that point, also, you just got to remember that, like, one person can only command up to 6 Pokemon at a time, so you do need the human aspect.
Listen, that only for some reason is like the basic Pokemon trainers going through the tournament for reasons
Yeah.
I have no idea. Because you will see people carrying like a lot of Pokeballs in the
Oh, yeah,
series.
there was that one, I think that one kid in the show that had just like a duffel bag full of Pokeballs.
Yeah, and it's just like I think the only reason they do that is because they there's probably a set rule for people who are actually trying to go for Pokemon Champion.
Yeah, like Pokemon League
Yeah.
rules. That sounds familiar. It's been a minute since I've seen the show, but I feel like, Ash at some point is like, that's against the rules! The Pokemon League handbook says yada yada yada, you know?
And that's when Seto Kaiba comes out and says, "Screw the rules, I have money." wrong series, I know, but
Like, what are you doing here?
it's like, is this not Duel
Doesn't matter. He has
Monsters?
money.
No, this
4
is
kids let me in.
This is
Damn
Pocket
you, 4
Monsters.
kids!
I mean, what about unemployment? Like, that's got to be some crazy thing in that world too. Like talking about the jobs.
Yeah, it
Like-
probably is, but I mean, it's a topic that's not going to get brought up in a kid's game.
Yeah.
It was probably like an issue in their world. Like at some point, they did have humans, or maybe they didn't because there's like ancient Pokemon and stuff.
Wait.
But like,
Yeah.
the Pokemon are, pretty much doing the jobs better. Like like I said, muscle with like fighting Pokemon, or like in electric factories or whatever, you have electric Pokemon,
Yeah.
and they're all just kind of doing this work for free. And human bosses are like, well, why do we need humans? And then they stop hiring humans, and they're like, just getting free labor from these
Maybe that's
animals.
what the Pokemon War was about.
It was the Union Uprising.
Yeah. That's why there are such a small amount of adults in the game, because they are all dead.
I keep
Did you
forgetting about
guys
the Pokemon
see-
War.
There was I think it was a game theory that talked about like how the Pokemon War was basically like the Instinct, Valor, and what's the other one? Mystic.
Mystic.
one.
Yeah.
The 3 of them, and the war is like their 3 beliefs on how they,
Should
Like-
be trainers.
yeah.
Oh my god. Guys, we're the precursors to Pokemon.
Oh, God,
we're
we're
going to
gonna
be
be
in
in-
the Great Pokemon War when Pokemon are becoming real.
Yeah, we're doing like the augmented reality right now, but soon there'll be actual reality.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just-
that
just-
would be the greatest thing.
That would be cool.
Amazing.
But at the same
Do
time,
you know how many birthday
It's
wishes?
scary though.
yes, I was
You know how
about to
many
say
birthday wishes I
terrifying.
used to try to get Pokemon to be real?
What would be the first Pokemon you guys would want?
Squirtle.
Haunter.
Oh God, it's toss up between Charmander and Growlithe,
Oh, Growlithe is so good.
because Growlithe will evolve into Arcanine, and I love Arcanine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Arcanine's massive, so you could ride around on him.
Exactly. Sorry, go ahead, Pete.
I was gonna say you also get the puppy aspect of it because you get a little Growlithe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's adorable. And for me, I don't know what I would really choose first. I think Ralt is adorable. Like, you know how much I freaked out when they were like
Yeah.
Ralts Day. I'm like, baby Ralts! Ah!
Anytime I think of Ralts, I think of this joke I saw where it's like Ralts without its like little cap on, and it
That's-
was so weird.
I saw that and I commented on it. I was like, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to my baby?
I would just have so many ghost Pokemon.
I
That's
love
why I hang
Haunter.
out with ghosts.
I would definitely have a Haunter in my party, but like, I thought of this after I saw Detective Pikachu because I loved how that movie,
Made it
like,
realistic.
it made a lot of people think about what Pokemon would be like in real life, like in a casual sense, not just like bringing them around to be trainers and stuff. And I imagine if I were in a Pokemon world, I would be like now. I'd be living on my own, and I would just have a whole litter of Squirtles and
You're
a
gonna
Feraligatr.
You're gonna have the Squirtle Squad run by a Feraligatr.
Exactly. I would have all my Squirtle babies, and then my husband, the Feraligatr,
Of course,
and
as you do.
I would have an Alolan Muck just hanging out outside, and I would like, cause he like, I remember in the anime he like stinks, but I love Alolan Muck, so I would like go out there and like roll around in the mud with him and like, you know, give him hugs and kisses, and then I'd hop into the pool or whatever, take a shower after that.
Yeah.
Like that would just be my life. Me walking around with like a little line of Squirtles behind me, my little ducklings.
Everyone's gonna be like, oh, there's that turtle sludge girl over there.
Yeah,
Making out with her crocodile husband.
exactly.
To be fair, it's not going to be any less weird than what everyone else is going to do when Pokemon becomes a real thing.
Oh no, like there's gonna be so like I imagine there's just so many like crimes and stuff that they don't talk about in the games. Like
there was a continue. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Because there's
in a
like
sec.
there's like those Pokemon that are like kind of human, and it's just gonna be
Yeah.
like Pokemon prostitution, and it's just like oh no.
I was
Yeah.
literally about to bring that up, like
All
dorkly
those-
did a bit on that, where it's like
all those little
it's like a
bunnies.
real crime syndicate, like doing real crimes with Pokemon. It's like, do you know how much cocaine you could shove up a Snorlax ass?
Oh god,
God.
I watched
A
that
lot,
too.
a lot more than a human's. That's much for sure.
I watched a bunch of those.
Oh my god, it was so funny. But then it's like, and you would not believe the amount of people who would have sex with Pokemon. And then the guy says, you know what? I'm not surprised one bit.
I know, like you look at Pokemon like Lopunny or Gardevoir or like
You fucking stay away from my baby Ralts.
I have to say, it like, you know, I for a very long time was a Gen 1er, so like the newer designs like were kind of like weird to me, and like I've gotten a little
they've
better,
gotten very
but like
drastically different though. That's why.
yeah. But something that I particularly have never really liked with the newer designs is like kind of the lean towards the more human looking ones.
Nintendo knows exactly who they're catering for that though. Like they
That is
know.
very true.
They know.
Just in general, how like you see Pokemon as animals, or at least we grew up seeing them like that, and
Yeah.
now they're like getting a little more personal. It's like, well, that's weird. Why would you have that?
It's. I think
Like,
it also.
why would you throw that out into a field and like tell it to fight something? Like, it looks like it's sentient.
Well, they've been touching on that like in the lore, like within the game though. Like, but they're not going to talk about it. Like you might find an NPC that might touch on it, and you'll find like books in the game. But like they say that in the I think it was in the 4th gen that they're just like back in the day, like there was no distinguishment between Pokemon and human, and it was that the difference in evolution of people that changed to make us more, you know, separate from Pokemon. So at one time we were apparently Pokemon or something like that.
my god.
or like cavemen or something that like
Yeah.
acted more animalistic.
Yeah, I guess. Like we would just wait until they come out with a fucking like caveman Pokemon, and that's when the whole system's gonna break.
I can't wait for the Pokemon that's just a guy with a gun.
Wait for Pokemon
Isn't
Gun
there a
to come
Pokemon
out.
that's a
Yeah, I
gun?
was gonna say
No, it's a
Pokemon
sword.
Gun.
No,
Yeah, it's a sword.
There are swords, but the whole
She's
thing is
talking
like
about,
that's
I can't think of its name. The new
Aegislash.
one.
Oh.
No. There's that wolf Pokemon with the sword in its mouth.
Oh,
Oh,
Sword
yeah.
and Shield.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Sif from Dark Souls.
Yes.
I didn't play that one.
Oh,
I
it's
have it.
really good.
I have it, but I haven't gotten around to it.
It's
as,
alright.
As someone who was incredibly disappointed with Sun and Moon,
Oh, I
it's
love
so good.
Sun and Moon.
Oh, I
didn't like
can't
Sun and Moon
stand
either.
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon wasn't good. It's the only Pokemon Gen I never finished.
Same here.
What? I was so into it.
And
Actually, I
that's
didn't
fine,
finish it
but
either.
I didn't really like it.
It was too easy.
Oh,
Only
I
thing
got
I like-
so into it.
It was too boring for me.
Only thing I liked was my wrestling cat Pokemon.
Oh, yes, I have that too. And then you get his ultimate ability, Darkest Lariat.
Yes.
I chose the owl because I like owls.
I just got. Which one did I have? I had the flaming cat.
Yeah, because nobody
Litten.
chose the
Litten.
seal. Let's be honest.
It's true.
No.
Yeah.
I got really invested in. Was it Lily? Was that her name?
Is that the
Little
girl with
the blonde hair.
Yeah, I just got like really invested in her story.
that has the weird Pokemon Nebby or whatever?
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
think
I
that was
couldn't
kind of
stand
interesting, but I couldn't stick around for it. It was just too much in between.
It was like I had like a really nice like kind of like character development with her because like I absolutely hate the rivals that they put in the games now because they're too nice.
Yes.
And
They're not rivals. They're your buddies.
yeah, I hate that they're buddies. Like I want to hate somebody.
Yeah.
So like I'm usually hating on like, you know, these people being so nice to me. So like I had a character development where like I was being mean to her in the beginning, like giving her all like the negative stuff, or she'd be like, what do you think? And I'd be like, it looks bad, like, you know, something like that.
So
And
what you're
then,
saying
like,
is you're the rival.
Ariel, you're the
Yes.
villain.
oh yeah.
You're,
and then like
you're
but,
her Gary Oak.
But then, like, in, like, you know, midway, when she goes through, like, you know, all of, like, the problems, like, with her mom and everything like that, like, in the middle, like, you know, and she starts, like, kind of coming to herself, I had, like, this soft moment of just, like, yeah, you look good. And then, like, by the end of the game, I was, like, crying. I was like, take me with you to Kanto.
Well, she wasn't really the rival. It was that kid that didn't care about anything and just
Well, I'm
wanted
just
to
saying
eat.
the buddies. I didn't like
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
buddies.
I kind of like the ones in, what was it, X and Y, where it's like you have like 5 rivals.
I hated them.
I hated
So
the ones,
annoying.
I hated some of
Baby's
them.
first Pokemon.
I hated some of them. I liked the girl that you're always battling, because at least she cared. Like, there's the one that's just like, I just want to dance. And it's like,
That's
all
right, I
right, then
forgot
what are
about
you
that.
doing here? And then there's the other, like, there was 3 rivals, I think, in total. There was the one that, like, actually cared. What was it for? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but I felt bad for her every time I beat her, because she's like, God damn it, I just can't beat you. I'm like, just try harder. Like, you can do it someday.
I was so annoyed. I have all these fucking monsters because I train my Pokemon to death. Like, they will evolve, like, all of their evolutions in, like, 2 hours.
Yeah, and then they won't
And,
listen to you.
Oh, no. I'm good. I'm very controlled. You know, I have a system.
But
But
we are getting a bit off topic. We're talking about the games now.
Yeah.
Okay, just
yeah.
basically, like, every time this guy would,
This is
like,
the world
wanna
of
fight me, I'd just be
Pokemon.
like, "Pff," you know, whatever. And
Yeah.
then I'd defeat him and then move on. Yeah, anyway, World of Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the idea of having a Haunter and just like saying it's a witty one-liner and be like, "What do you think of that Haunter?" And Haunter's just like, "Haunt, haunt, haunt."
I love Haunter.
Haunter's great. Gengar's the worst.
You can
Suck
go
it,
fuck
Pete.
yourself.
Yeah, I don't like Gengar either.
You can
Oh my
both
God.
go fuck yourselves.
Friendship with Peter over. Friendship with Ariel begins.
I didn't know you guys weren't friends.
Yeah, right, Dale?
Yeah, it's-
Official.
Red Fair,
yeah.
Magfest, 3 years. What the fuck? Yeah, okay.
Now it's official.
This is it. This is the you had
the
you-
official start.
You had a. The thing is, Dale has a list of people where he can only be friends with like 5, maybe 6 people at a time, and everyone else is kind of just a what's it called?
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance. Thank you. So now that I've been subjugated to become an acquaintance, you've gone up the list as friend.
Hell yeah.
Man, I think my favorite was that time we were in Japan and I took that picture of that claw game that only had Gengar plushes in it, and I posted on Facebook saying, "Man, I can't believe there's a claw
You-
game just full of garbage."
So much. And then he tags me in it, the piece of shit. And then he just, I go into Facebook, I'm like, Dale tagged me in something. It must be something we did while in Japan. And then I'm like, you fucking whore.
See, this is something that would happen in the Pokemon world. There would be claw machines of Pokemon everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
very true, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like deep-hated rivalries between people over which Pokemon
That
are best.
That
no, that
yeah.
too, for sure.
Yeah, that would definitely be a thing. I'm sure there's a deep-rooted hatred of people who hate each other for like, oh, I like snakes. No, I like raccoons. That's just like how our friendship works. Like
like
that
both.
already exists.
Yeah. Oh no, I just imagine like, on Pokemon news, it's like, yeah, like recently a bar fight broke out over people talking about whether or not Shuckle is a valid Pokemon.
But the bar fight would just be like a Pokemon battle.
Yeah.
I like to
true.
imagine it's a bar fight and a Pokemon battle. Like there's just some drunk dude like punching a.
Well,
just,
well,
like,
here's
thinking-
the Pokemon battle thing does confuse me because like the whole like you can only battle with your Pokemon. I understand that if it's a rule for the Pokemon League, why are the villains not taking part in the actual crime?
Because the villains are idiots.
Also, it's a
Exactly.
kid's game.
Basically, I mean, they're getting trumped by 10-year-olds. You think they're smart enough to do that?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about like going back to the bar fight thing. I'm just thinking about how like the anime would play out or whatever. Like they're starting to argue like this and that. Like Fred said like a Trump supporter or something. And
No,
that's
so-
like, what'd you say?
So they get trumped by 10-year-olds.
Well, same thing.
It's,
So like.
I pull out my.
You heard it
Donald
here
Trump
first,
card.
Team
Like
Rocket
they're
is
yelling
Trump
at
supporters.
each other in a bar fight or whatever, and it's like we'll settle this with our Pokemon, and he pulls out his Pokeball, and then like
And that's when I
you
pull
know.
out my gun.
And the other guy's like, fuck that, and just decks him.
Yeah, seriously, I would be in the
Yeah.
fight with my Pokemon. Unless he pulls out like a Metagross and I try to punch that thing and I break my hand. I'm like, well, never mind.
So I
Damn,
want to say,
damn pseudo legendaries. Freddy, get him with the Arcanine. Go.
what would be the scariest thing in the world of Pokemon to you?
If those fucking Pokédex entries are true.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that same thing.
I was
like
gonna
the
say
scary
specific
Pokemon
ones.
reality.
Yeah, like here's the thing, like it's 100% guaranteed that the Pokemon Dex is not always accurate, and some of it is based on superstition rather than fact. That has been proven. At the same time,
Fuck that shit.
we don't know what is based on the superstition. You wouldn't know unless you were in that world.
You know what one scares me is Machamp. So you know how all Machamps are wearing like a championship belt?
Yeah,
Do you know what that belt does?
gives them super strength.
No,
it-
it holds back their real strength.
Oh my god.
A Machamp is so strong it could punch a mountain in half,
Neat.
and the belt prevents that.
So to give the Machamp the ability to hug his child without killing it, he has to wear this belt.
Yeah.
Got it.
You think that would work on a Beware? 'Cause all
Oh,
that thing wants to do is just hug people.
yeah.
Oh,
I would.
yeah. Okay, beware. I'm thinking
I
about, like,
don't
bees.
know
Like, huh?
how much it
Yes,
would hurt,
bees.
but I feel like I could hug him.
So do I. I would love to try it.
Maybe.
But it depends on how much force actually has behind that hug.
I mean, if he really can hug like a tree and then break that tree, then I don't know if I can handle it because I'm just a squishy human.
Also, one thing I want to bring into question is the public education of the people in the world of Pokemon, because
Oh, yeah.
we see schools all the time, and it's like teaching you about Pokemon battles.
Yeah, because that's
And
the
but,
only
like-
viable source of income.
But where's the like secondary education and whatnot?
Well, maybe they're all homeschooled. Who knows?
Well, my question is that like, there are kids that are leaving the house at 10 years old. It's like, so do they leave for like a year and then like come back and go to school? Do they just not go to school the rest of their life and just be a Pokemon trainer? Like they're a dropout in elementary
Yeah.
school?
Well,
I think that's what it is.
it might be because at the same time, like we'll never know with the TV series because Ash doesn't age, but we know for a fact that Gary is no longer a Pokemon trainer and is following in the footsteps of his grandfather by being an actual researcher.
I didn't know
So,
that.
Oh,
so
really?
yes,
Yeah.
so that means that he actually furthered his education in one way or another, and having his grandpa be one of the leading scientists, he probably just got to learn from him. So there might not be an actual place to go. If anything, it's probably more of a tutelage system where if you actually travel the world playing, Pokemon Trainer or whatever, while you're out there, you learn about the world, which is kind of a good thing because if you learn about the world at a young age, you become more understanding and you're more able to handle social situations. And not only that, you get to see what other people do. And if while on this adventure you realize, I don't want to be a Pokemon master anymore, I want to do this, kind of like how Brock saw that he was like, I could be a Pokemon doctor, even though he wanted to be a breeder. He did a complete 180. It's like you can have that option based on a tutelage system because he also was taken in by doctors to teach him how to do things. But before that, he was taken in by Professor Ivy to help with her research. So I feel like that might be the real education system, and Pokemon adventuring is just the door that gets you to it.
Holy fuck. That is the smartest thing you've ever said. Not really, but
I feel like only some kids go out and do the Pokemon training thing. Like 10 years old is like the earliest that you can do it, but like not every kid goes out and does that. Because like when you go to like the schools and stuff, you will find kids that are your age and like they could possibly just be going to school to like learn more about it before they become trainers, or like some people might just like go to regular school for a bit and then maybe decide to be a Pokemon trainer later in life. That's just like the earliest that you can like get a license to train Pokemon or whatever.
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same. Like you can either, it's kind of like if you go to college or not. It's like you can be a Pokemon trainer, or you can just have 1 or 2 Pokemon and just go to school, get a job, and live your life.
Yeah, unlike those fucking degenerate crime syndicates who don't know how to handle life.
And they only know how to train like 3 different types of Pokemon.
Yeah, poison, dark, and other.
That's probably like a requirement though. Like you get hired by this crime group or whatever, and they're like, okay, so it's like a uniform, which like they have uniforms in the games. It's like, okay, so like our uniform Pokemon that you must have are Ekans, Coughing, and Rattata, whatever their other one was.
It's a brand almost.
So if we diversified the Pokemon we had, we could have, a better time defeating these 10-year-olds that keep defeating us.
Damn it, Jenkins, get out of my office. You're making too much sense.
You're fired again.
We're here to steal rare Pokemon. Okay, well, can we use the rare Pokemon? No.
No, only Ekans, Coughing, and Rattata. Where did you not get the memo?
You will devalue the Pokemon if you use them. Therefore, we will only use trash.
They used Rattata, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
I think it was
making that up? Okay.
Was it Rattata or Raticate?
I think they use both.
Well, probably both.
They use the evolutions.
One evolves into another, let's be honest.
That's true.
Let's just count Rattata, Raticate as one. Ekans, Arbok
They
as
use
2,
specific
and so
Pokemon
on.
and their evolutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also Voltorb. I know that there was a lot of Team Rocket that had Voltorbs.
Yeah.
Did they use Meowth, or was that just because Giovanni had a Persian?
That's just because of Persian.
Yeah.
And the only reason he had that is because he just likes Persian. There's no real reason.
Also, I feel like that would be that's one of those like scandals where it's like, turns out gym leader Giovanni is head of crime syndicate, and then everyone's like, yeah, whatever.
It's like, okay, we all knew this.
It's like
Also,
he thinks he's a threat. Everyone just lets him go like it's no big deal. And when he comes over trying to steal our valuable quote unquote Pokemon, we all just give him all our Caterpies.
I will say one thing about Detective Pikachu, because I watched that recently. I love how everyone just kind of looks down on someone who doesn't have a Pokemon. 'Cause it's like, what is wrong with you?
Socially
Well, it's probably like having a cell phone. It's like, why would you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you not have your best friend with you at all
Yeah.
times?
Hey,
Because
you know
that's
your
weird.
cool animal best friend? Why don't you have one? Is it because you're a
Or it's-
loser and none of them like you?
Yeah, it's like a judgment of character. Like, you can't get a Pokemon to like you. What's wrong with you?
You
Dude,
must have
like-
you must have a shitty heart.
It's like Clefairies love everyone. Like, God.
I also, like, just in general, I remember when I was 10 years old when Pokemon was, popular. And I mean, it's still popular, but you know what I mean. So like, I remember being like, wow, Ash has like the coolest fucking life. Like, I want that. And I was like, that was just my dream life. I wanted to live in the Pokemon world because it's like at 10 years old, you get to go out on your own and have an adventure and like, you face bad guys and you're training Pokemon who are like really cool and like you're already like accomplishing all this stuff. Like that's so cool.
Also,
like that's what I wanted.
Also, your parents can't tell you what to do anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy banging the professor of every town.
I always thought it was so weird that like none of the main characters have a father.
Actually, that's not true. Gen 3 has a father. He's just
he's a
dad.
gym leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Wait, was that-
deadbeat dead?
He wasn't deadbeat. He was just busy with his, high stakes career.
High stakes career, my ass. He was a normal gym leader. There's nothing cool about that shit.
I love the theory that Giovanni is Ash's dad, and Pokemon
I
Live more or
love
less
that.
confirms it.
Who confirms it?
Pokemon Live.
Pokemon Live. What's that?
It was like a stage show.
Oh, okay.
It was like that was the shit. Like I actually saw it,
I
and
wanted to go to that so bad. I remember didn't get to go.
but so what it was that Ash's mom had like a whole side plot where she was like, oh, like I can't let Ash know that I used to run with bad people like Team Rocket and Giovanni, and like Giovanni's like very like hello Delia, like that kind of thing, and then like even in one song like he actually pulls the oh yeah just ask your mother, that kind of thing.
Oh my god, that's.
But are those things canon? That might as well just be a glorified fanfic on stage.
I feel like it was pretty canon.
I kind of love the
Personally.
idea of Ash's mom running with Team Rocket.
That's so weird. I can't picture it. She seems so nice, but maybe she's so nice because she used to be a bad girl.
Yeah, she's like, I murdered 50 people, but I'm just gonna bake cookies and be a good person for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna live home with this Mr. Mime for the rest of my life.
Ugh.
Ew.
Okay, actually, yeah. Speaking of that, like, what are some Pokemon you would just keep the hell away from?
Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime.
Snubble.
Oh, Snubble's. Oh yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I mean, the Snubble from the Detective Pikachu is definitely weird.
Well, I'll correct myself. I wouldn't say that'd be one that I'd be like, keep the fuck away from me, but that would be like one that I'd be like, ew, you have a Snubble? Okay.
So you're not just like freaking out, like, you get away from me. You're like, oh, fucking look down on the Snubble.
Yeah, like I see someone has a Snubble and I'm like, okay.
Oh, you're one of those. You're one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you meet some guy who has just like Gardevoir and Lopunny, and you're like, oh, you're a creep.
Yeah, like what Pokemon that you hang out with is like a judging character.
Oh my god, that. If Tinder existed in the world of Pokemon, like, it would,
Yeah.
it would require you to list your team.
Oh my god.
Team, yeah.
And then people would just be.
Like that tells you all about the person instantly.
I just imagine like someone like flipping through Tinder is just like, oh, you have a Snubble on your team. Ugh, swipe left.
Like immediate swipe left.
Oh, you
it's
have
like-
6 Gengars? Ban.
Listen, I would not have 6 Gengars. I would have a Gengar. And
Or it's
would
like,
be the
whoa, he has
best.
like so many fire types. Like that sounds like so hazardous. I wouldn't want that in my house. Or like, oh my god, poison types? That sounds so dangerous. Like your personal opinions on like what you would want in
Yeah.
your house,
I just imagine the
Or
person.
like what's compatible with what you have. Like if you are like your strength is in one type of Pokemon and then someone has like its weakness, it's like, oh, that sounds dangerous. Like I don't want my Charmander around a bunch of water Pokemon,
Yeah.
That brings up one thought I had. The hookup culture in Pokemon is probably like off the chart, with like travelers all staying at like, because you can stay at the Pokemon centers.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, there's got to be some kind of Tinder app that people are just hooking up like crazy in that world.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
why do you think Ash's mom is single?
Well, she's not single, she's married, and he's just off on an adventure still.
quote unquote.
But there's also a bunch of kids though, so they wouldn't all be hanging out at the Pokemon Center.
Oh God, do
No, yeah,
do
but
condoms exist?
What?
I mean,
if there's
so.
so many children,
I would assume they do, but they had to repopulate once again after
No,
the
like,
Pokemon War.
My point is that like most of these Pokemon trainers that at least we're aware of in like the games and like the anime and stuff,
Yeah.
it's like mostly children. So I'm just saying like I don't know if like the main hookup culture is like there.
oh yeah.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, why?
But like
If there is, I want to hook up with Nessa. She's hot.
Wait, which one was she?
She's the water leader in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, of course you would. The generic one that everyone goes for.
She is beautiful. Bea
She
is
is.
also great. I love her too.
I think oh God, what was it? Who was the water trainer in Sun and Moon that is just like obsessed with hot guys?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Can't remember.
Yeah, I
it
can't-
was like it was such a dull game. I don't remember anything.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, like she was. Yeah, that actually, you know what? That proves that the hookup culture is real because she's like, oh, there's like a guy over there. Well, is he hot? Oh, okay.
I don't
Wait.
remember that at all. It must have been. It
she
might have been
stuck
later
out
in the
to
game.
me.
Was it like later in the game or early in the game?
It's like midway.
I stopped midway, so I must have not actually done it yet.
Yeah. Same here.
Also, I've always wondered, what's up with the trainers that hang out in the gyms? Like, are they employees or?
I think they're training.
Yeah, I also agree that I think they're training. They're
I
training.
think that's like what they say. Like
They're
they're learning, they're training, whatever.
They're learning to be that specific type of Pokemon trainer.
I just
like-
really love
like the
rock
literal-
Pokemon.
Like the literal name, it's a gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
What they're training for specifically, I don't know, but they're definitely there to train.
Well, probably for like that type. Like they want to be that type of a trainer.
Yeah.
Which like I don't fully understand. Like okay, maybe I do. I was going to say like why would you choose to just have one type cuz like when you're playing the games, pretty much everybody wants to have like
A well-balanced team, yeah.
Yeah, but like I guess in like the real world, like if Pokemon were real, I think it actually would make sense if Pokemon trainers had like a bunch of one type because you'd have to specialize in that type probably. If you think about like what taking care of like these different things would be like,
Yeah.
again, like a fire Pokemon, a water Pokemon, a poison type, like you
Yeah.
wouldn't want, clashing weaknesses. You wouldn't want stuff that like you want stuff that kind of like meshes together. If you're going to be a water Pokemon trainer, make sure you have a fountain, a pool, like all this kind of stuff.
I mean, if you're going to be like a caretaker as well, I understand, but if you're going to be like someone who just battles, that doesn't make sense either, though. Like people who play Pokemon and try it the gym leader way, which I've only recently heard of, where it's like you choose a single type of Pokemon and you go through the game with that. That's hard.
That sounds awful, actually.
It's really
Yeah.
hard and difficult because you might get a few gym leaders that you come across that you're just like, even let's talk first gen. Like, say you just want to be a water type. Like, you get to the first gym, you're going to fucking fuck up Brock. Second one is going to be like a pretty even match. Then
It's
you get
gonna
to the
be
third
rough.
gym and you're going to get fucked by Surge.
Oh yeah, Surge.
I want to be fucked by Surge.
Wow. All right.
All right. Keep it in your pants, girl. I'm trying so hard to keep it in my
I mean,
pants.
that's where it's supposed to be.
I'm trying my hardest for Nessa, but you got to stop it for Surge. And you're for Alligator.
Look, Surge served in the war.
I just said he's my husband. That's all I said.
He's
Yeah.
your husband. There you go.
Well, maybe we're an asexual couple. Like, you don't know, so
Yeah,
I'm
maybe-
assuming my relationship.
Maybe it's a platonic marriage.
It's a
Like, I picture it like the Mr. Mime thing. Like, he's got a little apron and he's working in the kitchen and he helps me with the little Squirtle children.
I don't.
And you can just make your assumptions. But yes, I do feel like in the Pokemon world, everyone would be like, she fucks that alligator.
Yeah.
That for alligator, doesn't
Whether
she?
or not it's true, it's happening.
That's what people are saying.
I feel like marriage to Pokemon is. I don't even know where to start on that.
I know where to start. It would happen. That's where you start.
I don't think it
I
would
have
happen.
no doubt.
If people
I have no
in this
doubt.
world have married their body pillows and have married their in-game girlfriend, then marrying a Pokemon is not going to not happen because
but
I don't
those
even
are
think that's an
living
even.
creatures.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think that's an even comparison because, like, as we were saying before, these Pokemon have very there are some Pokemon that are very
human
like or like with their personalities
not
or
only
whatever.
that, like if you had a deep enough relationship with your Pokemon, they would probably be down for it.
Or if you have a Pokemon that has the ability to talk, because there are some that
Very
a Mewtwo
very,
or
that doesn't count. Mewtwo was
a
created
Meowth
in the
kind of
lab.
situation,
That
or okay, Meowth is the proof that any Pokemon can learn if they try hard enough.
Yes.
Meowth is a fucking inspiration.
God, yeah, I forget
Yes.
about that. That's messed up.
yeah.
The idea that any Pokemon can learn to talk, I just
Once again goes back to the point saying that there was a time when the distinction between Pokemon and human was nigh impossible.
Also, do you think people run money scams with Meowths because Payday actually generates money every time it's used? There's so many
Yeah.
trainers out there with just a team of
There
six
would-
Meowths.
There would probably be a new type of currency at that point, to be honest.
Meowth would probably, that doesn't make sense. I feel like Meowth should be like a very sought after Pokemon in that situation. Which, yeah, you're right, Pete. Probably they would create something that's not
Yeah.
like something a Meowth can't produce.
Exactly. Like the thing is, like, the whole currency in our world is based off of gold. So, if you have that's what the value of a dollar is like if you have like $1 million for the gold that you have, then that $1 million is worth so much. But then when you flood the market with more money, then the value of that goes down because you have to take into consideration you have more bills now, but you still have the same amount of gold, so the value is less for each bill. So I don't know what they would use in that world as a form of currency. They probably have completely different ores and metals in their world because
Yeah, I think it's never actually said what the actual currency is. Is it coins? Is it bills? Is it
Isn't it? It's not yen, is it?
no, it's Pokédollars.
No, yeah, it's Pokédollars.
$Pokédollars?
Yeah, it's actually called Pokédollars.
God, that's so weird.
So that makes me wonder what is the Pokédollar currency based for then? It can't be gold. It has to be it could be maybe because one of the most valuable things in the game is Stardust or whatever.
No,
So
the
maybe-
most valuable thing in the game is a bike.
Listen,
Which, you know
That
what,
took me a second.
really explains why Misty hounds after Ash to get repaid.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the fact that the only reason, because, I mean, we're getting back to the games, but in the world of the games, you literally can't earn enough money to buy a bike.
yeah, it's I think that guy was just trying to rip us off. He might have just been a scumbag bike dealer. If an adult walked into there, he'd probably be like, "Oh, that'll be 2,000 Pokédollars."
No, because that's like every game. The only way you can get a bike is through a bike voucher.
There's probably a drug deal going on in the bike shop. It's no one can afford it, so they make it so no one can afford it, so no one shops there. It's just a cover for drug deals.
drugs.
Oh God, it was the furniture store. And
Oh
poor
my!
Jeff.
Oh my God! It's the futon store. I was saying there's for many years the store next to Freddy is just I'm how are they open? No one is
same.
ever in there, and they recently closed, right?
Yeah,
They
it's
finally-
like a piano store now.
Oh, so they just changed.
They just changed. No one's going in there for a piano.
Yeah, so they were people are really starting to catch on with these futons. What do we need? I got it, a piano.
Actually,
So far, what we've talked about really here is that the Pokemon world would be totally dope, but there'd be so much more crime. We're just talking about a lot of crime right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about this then. What social issues do you think would happen in the Pokemon world? Because I think that if we're going back to what we were saying about marrying Pokemon, take that off the table for a second. Let's just say, because Pokemon are 100% sentient. They just can't talk to people. They are
entirely.
Yet.
They can understand us. There's just a language barrier.
Actually,
pretty much.
that's
Like
really
I would not.
important. Hold up.
I just
Because
what?
if you think about it, Alakazam is known for having like an IQ of 700. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no, an IQ that exceeds 5,000.
Okay, that's like
have
he's
bu-
so
I have-
smart. He
I have
sees
both-
the future.
I have Bulbapedia open.
Okay.
And somehow Alakazam can't figure out how to talk, but Meowth did.
Well, it's
Oh,
just,
there's that Ghastly that also can talk too.
What?
Oh yeah, that one Ghastly that could talk in the episode
The
with
ghost,
the ghost
of
girl.
Maidens. The Ghost of Maidens Peak.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so did I.
That episode scared the shit out of me as a kid, but then when I got older, it like fascinated me.
Yeah, same. Like it creeped
It's
me
really
out.
good.
Like, but like at the same time, like when they like, I will say, I never had a thing for Misty as a kid, but when she let her hair down that one episode in the Yukata, I was like, she is
Aw.
so adorable. I was like, what is going on with these feelings right now? I was like a young, what was I, 8, 7 when that came out? That episode.
I really don't remember this episode.
I do.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like it was a terrifying episode. When you were a kid.
Yeah, for a kid it was scary, but for
It was like a straight up ghost episode, like
Yeah.
freaky shit.
you know what also was scary was the Sabrina episodes.
Yeah,
I love
I wasn't.
episodes.
I was able to at least watch them. Like Maiden's Peak, I like had to avoid at all costs. I was so terrified. But Sabrina, particularly the dollhouse scene.
Oh yeah, that scared the shit out of me. I'm like, oh my god, they're dolls for the rest of their lives, and I like the thought of that just gave me anxiety.
See, this I know that I'm a ghost trainer because I wasn't scared of that episode. It was my favorite.
I mean,
But that's why I love Haunter now as an adult, because I was like, oh my god, Haunter is like so amazing, and like he seems like so much fun.
Yeah, remember that time that Haunter saved the day? Well,
Yeah,
Gengar
I love Haunter
sat
just
on
for
his
that
fat
episode.
ass and did nothing.
I'm going to drive to Florida and kick you so hard in the dick.
I was gonna say, speaking of things that are ghost related, I feel like it doesn't get enough love, but there is a manga called The Electric Tales of Pikachu.
Oh, the violent one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know all about
it's
that.
so good.
It's like rated R Pokemon.
Like straight up in the gym battle against Brock, Brock's Onyx dies. And sure enough, there's also like, oh man, I think it brings up a lot of weird things. Like when you have your Pokemon in a Pokeball, you have that red part of the Pokeball. In that manga, it's translucent, and you can see the Pokemon inside of it. Chilling.
Sleeping.
Yeah, sitting, waiting to be used.
I feel like I would definitely be like one of those trainers that didn't use Pokeballs.
You just have them out with you,
I-
chilling, running around. I would do that too.
I would
Yeah.
It's
capture
it's a
them.
lot more fun. Like,
I would
but if you have to like,
I don't see myself as like a trainer, like walking around with my Pokeballs and like getting badges. I would just kind of like be living my life with my beautiful little water Pokemon family with my muck in the backyard.
I feel like I would. I mean, you have to catch them in the Pokeball first, kind of. Sort
Yes. Well, that's how you get them. Yes.
that's how you
unless you
register their
befriend
ownership
them.
over them.
unless you befriend
yeah.
them first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But I feel like I'd capture them first, and then like kind of the thing of like where you have an exotic animal that's not used to being around people, where you're like, "Hello, I'm here to take care of you," and then eventually once they're like comfortable, let them out of the Pokeball and just wander around.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, you gotta bond with it first, be friends with it.
yeah, and then after like some time, it's just like, oh, that guy with like 6 Haunters following him is back again.
That sounds like a scary sight in the Pokemon world.
Kind of is terrifying.
Yeah.
You know that guy that's constantly surrounded by ghost Pokemon? Well, he's back and he bought some potions. But still, like...
I feel like a lot of like the goths in Pokemon have like ghosts following them or
No,
like poison Pokemon
they would have
and like
dark
that
Pokemon.
I'm surprised
that too. But like
what's her
that,
face
yeah,
didn't have
yeah,
any ghost Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. The rock girl or whatever, she looked like a goth. Was her name Marnie or something?
Oh, the girl that
Oh,
Team
yeah.
Yell is obsessed with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aren't even like Team Yell isn't even a crime organization. They're just a bunch of rambunctious like fanboys.
No, they're a bunch of soccer hooligans.
Yeah. I thought that was great. I love
Oh no,
them.
it was a great divergence from the travesty that was like Team Flare that was like, yeah, we want to get like the god Pokemon and fuck up the world. It's like, why?
We don't even know.
I think most of them didn't even actually know the actual plan. They were all just in on it.
I wonder what they promised them. Like 40 versions in heaven or something when they all die. I don't know.
Team Flare was all about like style. So they were all
They
like,
just-
yeah, you're
they
gonna
just
be
wanna be
hot as
cool.
fuck.
We're going to be fly, man.
I gotta say, the two worst teams are Team Magma and Team Aqua.
Oh God, yeah.
Like that
I remember, like, in particular,
that's
that was,
the-
like, the game that I was the least interested in.
That was the one where the villains don't understand basic science.
yeah, which is
You
why
can't
I'm
flood
concerned.
the world.
Which is why I'm concerned about the education system in the world of Pokemon. Because Team Magma's like, we want to cover more of the world than Earth, and it's like, why?
And all of the adults are idiots. That makes so much sense.
And then Team
I mean,
Aqua
like I
is
may
like,
have
let's
said
flood the world even more. It's like, dude, the world is already 70% water.
not only that, the amount of water in the world is set. You can't just make more water out of thin air without melting the ice caps.
I mean, apparently Kyogre could, so...
Going back to what I said before about like the whole education based on like tutelage, that does bring about the downside of most people don't know a lot about how things work because they've been taught in one specific area to do something for the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah, they're the people that learn the wrong lessons.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I was defeated by a water Pokemon. Well, better get rid of all the oceans.
Yeah.
But I feel like
But
a couple of us it would be pretty obvious, but if you guys had to be gym leaders, or if you did specialize like we established, what would your types be?
all right.
I feel like just with, like, the theme of Pokemon that I usually like, it would probably either be water or poison.
So, what do you guys think my gym type would be? Because I know
Fighting.
what my... Yeah, that's right. Like-
You're constantly like, oh, I'm gonna beat up everyone that disagrees with me, like fighting.
Wait, I'm constantly like, what did you say?
Like, oh, I'm gonna beat up people that I don't agree with, or like,
I don't do that. You're making
You-
me sound like a fucking right-wing nut.
oh no, you're not.
I don't. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
No,
That's what you're making me sound like.
No, I mean you sound like someone who's like, oh, I think, oh, that person thinks homosexuals shouldn't get married. I'm gonna go beat them up. It's like violence is your solution to everything.
Listen, I don't go punching people who don't think homosexuals should get married. I think they should get punched, but I'm not going to.
I mean, yeah, that's my
I'll
point.
punch him.
I mean, I just punch
Do it.
people who directly annoy me. Like,
Remember that time you threw that guy down like 10 flights of stairs and killed him? Like, yeah, fighting.
all
is
right,
your type.
Day Day, why don't you just tell us more stories about things that didn't happen?
just
I mean, I
At
did.
the time, you almost beat up the guy at an anime convention.
All right.
Wait,
I was.
which,
I was.
okay, which
I was.
guy in which convention?
All right. I was
Alright,
drunk.
we're getting off
yeah,
topic.
We're getting very off topic.
Yeah.
but so Pete,
Oh, I might also be someone who, like, just has a bunch of, like, giant reptilian Pokemon, because that usually happens in the games too.
No.
Fair enough.
Never.
Freddy, what would you be?
Oh, fire, of course.
oh yeah, I could
Fire.
have told
You
you.
gotta
that.
get your Charizard out.
Yep.
Actually, I do kind of share in Freddy's. Like, as much as like I hate the heat, I hate the color red. I love me some fire Pokemon. They're so cool. I love Ninetales. I love Arcanine. Like
They give the fire types really good designs.
Litten.
They do.
Litten's the best. Like Chikorita's a badass when they evolve, but yeah, my heart and soul rests with either Psychic or Ghost.
So
I just
going
like the
back to
spooky.
going back to what we were saying before, like like about the Pokemon world though, because we completely got off topic. Thank you for
mean,
that, Dale.
Being
Like-
We're talking about being gym leaders.
yeah.
But I wanted to ask you guys, like, what social, like, for as in terms of social issues, I think Pokemon would like fucking fight for rights, like,
To party?
no, like full on Poke Lives Matter and shit.
No, I know what you mean.
Like, you know what I mean.
Well, they
like,
don't-
because like I said, they're 100% sentient and
Yeah.
can, like, the only thing is there's a language barrier between us. And the language barrier is literally just one way, because they can understand us, but we can't understand them, which makes no goddamn sense.
Actually, that is weird.
That I can see that happening. Like a bunch of like Pokemon just kind of like outside of whatever, you know, factory or something that they're forced to work in, and they're all just kind of shouting in their languages.
They're on
Just a Pikachu holding a sign that says Pika Pika.
It's,
Like,
No, I
"Listen,
feel like
protesting."
I feel like the Pikachu would know how to write something,
they-
right? Like,
I mean,
can Pokemon write?
yeah, I'm sure they could. Machop and Machoke have hands.
There's several instances of Pokemon drawing, I think.
Yeah.
And then like,
I mean, look at Smeargle. He's an artist.
and there's been like a lot of situations in the anime where like the bad guy Pokemon or like just some Pokemon would be like just grab Meowth and like use them as a like a translator.
Oh, when Tentacruel did that. Where he just like
Oh my god, I loved that.
wrapped up Meowth, put a tentacle
Oh.
on his head, and was like, "He is now speaking for us."
Like that's a very
That episode
like-
is we'll never see again
Yeah,
in
that
public.
episode got banned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
Thanks, 9/11.
I don't know why they just don't cut the scene where he does that instead of ban the whole goddamn episode.
The episode is
just
called
the one where he
Tower of Terror, which is
No, Tower of Terror is the ghost
yeah,
one.
that's the
Oh, is
ghost
that
one.
not?
No, you're thinking of
Yes.
Tentacruel or something. Like that's the episode.
Yeah.
Where he
He smashes the building with his tentacle, but that's in the fucking opening.
yeah, that's in the opening of Pokemon. They didn't cut that. They
Wow.
just banned the episode.
Thanks, 4Kids.
Yeah.
Fuck 4Kids.
Also,
Which, like Tower of Terror, like there's literally nothing
Also-
wrong with that. It's just
yeah.
No, that's what
Like-
people called.
it's the title.
Yeah. No, it's what people called 9/11. Yeah. What are some of the good things about living in the world of Pokemon? Because we've been talking about the crime and the.
are
terror.
you kidding?
We've
I
said
feel
a lot
like
of fun
I
things.
thought we were talking
about
about all
some
the
really-
good things. Crime involved.
I would love to live in this world. There's nothing that's turned me off.
Like so
Okay,
far,
you're right.
we've been talking
Sorry.
about all the good stuff. Let's talk about the stuff that will absolutely make us shit our pants. Like, what if, let's take a 180 on this, and instead of Pokemon, like, it's a real world of Pokemon, but it's not what we think. It's like the Pokemon are fucking feral, and they're like, it's kind of like ours, where they exist, but they're more like our world's type Pokemon.
But we don't
like,
control them.
Yeah.
They're just like rabid animals, or not like rabid, but just like they're animals that you can't really control.
They-
Yeah, you
Then we
you would
die.
not. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, think about it. Like, if they were, like, real-world animals, like, for example, like, there's a guy who I follow on Instagram who works with alligators, and, like, that's his specialty. Like, it could very well be that, like, animal trainers are, like, you know, the people who are with the Pokemon, and just we're over here with, like, our more tameable, easier Pokemon, like, you know, Littens that are unevolved, and Meowths, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There would probably be a lot of other different types of Pokemon too, like kind of like how every generation has new Pokemon. We just haven't gotten to see yet, based on region. Like kind of like how I love the woolly Pokemon. Like
Oh, it's
That
so great.
I know it's so cute. Like that would be a really friendly Pokemon that you could totally befriend, regardless of whether or not it's you know, feral or not, because it's just gonna be like our world, so it's just gonna chill there.
I think my favorite thing about the Woolly is that there's that part early on in the game where it's just like, yeah, you can't take the train because there's a herd of Woolly that are blocking the way. And then people are like, oh, that's so stupid. And then someone posts a real life picture from like London.
Oh,
where
I
it's
saw
like,
that.
Train delayed due to sheep.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like you can't take it at face value because they can't have like a million woolies on the field. Like to it takes up too much processing power. Like, so if they only had like 4 on screen at the time, but in real life there would be thousands.
Oh no, there was like way more than that. They were mostly blocking like the small pats in the game, but
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, think about all the times like Snorlax is blocking things.
Oh my god, that'd be so inconvenient. Like, boss, yeah, I'm not gonna make it into work today. Yeah, another Snorlax. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.
Also, at
Like,
that point, it's just like,
I would have a great excuse to just come into late work every day.
yeah, exactly.
It would probably be like if you live in a town that like Snorlaxes are in the wild, they would probably have like big like walls or something trying to like keep them out of like the roads or whatever like that. Like try to keep them controlled in some way.
So you know what they would have?
Yeah, I
they,
can see that.
They would have the like anti-homeless architecture that we have now.
Or they'd have like it'd be a common thing to have a poke flute. It's like, okay, don't forget to bring your poke flute in case there's a Snorlax. You know?
Oh, it'd be like it'd be like a phone booth kind of thing where it's like at every like couple of street corners there's a poke flute.
Yeah. Like a fire extinguisher, you break the glass and you pull out the poke flute.
In case of Snorlax.
Or you just have like it's on like a little keychain, like, you know, with your keys, like you just start playing like a mini one or something.
Yeah, it'd be a standard issue every time you get your license to drive. They give you a poke flute.
Or like you have to that's like something you have to like call the cops or like the fire department and be like, hey, there's a Snorlax, and then like, you know, someone pulls up, they play the flute, and then they go.
Oh,
situation handled.
The world of animal control in Pokemon.
Would be the worst. Also, that'd probably be a very big job.
They better be getting paid very well.
They probably would have a fucking union, and they're getting paid very well. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, because like Pokemon are like the center of everything in the Pokemon world.
Yeah. Also, oh god, what was it? The Electric Tails of Pikachu. My favorite thing is like, my favorite thing I will always go back to is the Haunter in Electric Tails of Pikachu. That it's this gargantuan Haunter that used to be worshipped as a god long ago, and then people stopped worshipping it, and it got sealed away, and then it returned and stole a bunch of people's souls.
This sounds like legit Japanese,
including
lore.
Sabrina's soul.
Oh.
And then, I think it's Red defeats it, and is like, return Sabrina's soul and all the souls of the Pokemon you stole, and it just like kills itself.
Oh, jeez.
And so like then going forward, Sabrina is just this soulless person. It's just like, ooh, okay. No, Pokemon are dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's demonstrating the actual dark side of Pokemon and the shit that could happen.
That's why the Electric Tails of Pikachu is fantastic.
Yeah, it is great, but at the same time, that's the Pokemon world I don't want to be a part of.
I want that anime.
I like how when Pokemon, I think it was Origins, had that 4-episode special, it kind of got more real. Like, this shit isn't just like, oh, happy-go-lucky Pokemon battles. Like, no, bite in the face. You hear the blood-curdling scream of Charmander. That shit was just like, oh my god, this is fighting. This is legit animals beating the shit out of each other. It's a lot freakier than it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like, I think, I'm not very familiar with the Pokédex entries, but I do think that there probably is like a lot of reality to just like, you know, these are uncontrollable animals. That's why there are trainers out there so they can like learn how to deal with them. And like maybe that's like kind of part of the culture. Like we're trying to tame them.
Ooh, population control.
Yeah, like, you know, we are pushing the children to go and catch them and train them.
So we could work with
like,
them instead of having to be against them.
Yeah, and like
it's like everything we're talking about can just fit together.
And like, you know, yeah, because like they were maybe dangerous at some point, or like they are dangerous in the wild, so it's a lot better to have people to catch them and like, you know, tame them.
I mean, we could do an entire episode on Pokedex entries, which I think we should do at some point. But yeah, it's It's terrifying. Ariel, do you know what Houndoom? You know Houndoom.
I know Houndoom. I literally know no Pokédex entries, so.
Do you know, okay, well, its Pokedex entry is that if it ever hits you with a flame attack, you feel that pain forever.
It never goes away.
That sounds very, whoever said it earlier, it's like very, lore-ish.
Yeah,
That was me.
I
I
mean,
was saying, like, you don't know if it's true.
I can only hope some of them aren't true.
Honestly, it sounds like a lot of Pokemon information, and this is like a big insult on the professors. I think, like, they're kind of dumb. Because, like,
Well,
think
yeah.
about it. They thought I always laugh about how like in the first gen they're like there's only 150, at least 150, only 150 Pokemon out there in the world. Who knows what other Pokemon are out there? And meanwhile, like literally, like you turn a corner and there's like 100 more.
Yeah,
You literally just
hop
And
go
across
now-
down the
sea.
stream.
You
And now we're in like whatever gen we're on now, and it's like all of these Pokemon have been here. Like Professor Oak, are you fucking okay? And like meanwhile they have the technology. They had the technology of video calls before we did.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I like used to think like, you know, someone had told me like, you know, oh my god, I was at a place where like it was like these new inventions and I got to do a video call where I got to like see my mom, and I'm like, oh, like in Pokemon? You know, that was a futuristic thing back then.
Yeah.
Children.
I mean,
Now
also,
it's just take out your phone.
the professors are outsourcing all of their knowledge to children.
That is true. Like some of
That
these
is-
kids could just be like scared, and they're just like, I heard this one rumor that this is true, so I'm gonna just put it in the Pokédex. It's
the-
like
Yeah.
the Pokédex is Wikipedia.
Although that
They
that hound
Yeah.
that Houndoom one, I will believe because there is literally a plant in real life that does that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
There
the
is-
Yeah.
the Gimpy Gimpy tree in
Yeah,
Australia,
which
where
the
it's
the most silly name for a tree that's
for the most
probably-
horrible thing in the world that people have
Yeah.
killed themselves over. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about this. The adults in Pokemon are idiots.
Yeah.
They are sending little kids
Let's,
out.
let's be fair. No
And
one is
the
really that
professors-
smart in the game.
The professors aren't like aware of the other like types of like, you know, the other generations, the other regions of Pokemon. Like everyone's just kind of in their own bubble region. Like they don't know anything about the others apparently. And all of the crime people are idiots being thwarted by children.
and also thinking
Like-
that covering most of the world with earth is a good idea, or covering more of the world with water is a good idea.
Completely throw the balance of the world out of whack.
Like the education is most likely terrible or just like a mess. Like if they probably all stop getting educated, or like, you know, proper education, required education stops at 10 years old, and then you can either go be a Pokemon trainer or you can choose to continue school like college or something like that. Like, you know, probably lots of the people who are like the, you know, the gangs and everything like that, they're just people who stopped learning at 10 years old or whatever.
Unless peace theory prevails, in which case the journey is your lesson.
Yeah. Because, you know, the whole thing goes back to like what we were saying. We have not seen a legitimate school for school things, only Pokemon things.
I kind of like to think that now. It's like, yeah, no, the reason that most kids go out on a journey is to learn what they want to do.
Are you sure there aren't like actual schools?
There probably
Like,
is, and I
feel
just
like
don't
there's
remember
gotta
because I
be.
do think I remember there being a school for actual education. I just can't remember for the life
There
of me.
probably is, but it's also a
Yeah.
video game, so it doesn't show it because
Yeah.
I know in
matter.
like the School of Hard Knocks episode, that's like an academy.
Yeah, but it's a Poke Academy still.
Well, they could still be learning
like,
other
there's-
things. That's just like a subject.
yeah, it's probably like they only show you like the Pokemon education, but then like there's also the
'Cause that's the interesting
all
thing.
of their
Yeah.
education. It's like yeah,
Yeah.
It's like high school where it's like, all right, I got like 9 classes today. Like I got Pokemon at like 7 a.m. and then everything else is like home ec, like history.
And like granted, because of the world they live in is so centered around Pokemon, yeah, there's probably like your science probably has to do like a little bit with like how it works, or like history absolutely is Pokemon related. But like, not everything is about gym battles, which like yes, they're probably learning, but like, they probably have math, they probably have like, whatever else people learned in school.
Yeah, there's a lot that we probably don't see working behind the scenes, or that we'll ever see. Like,
because it's not conducive to a game.
As a
or
matter of
an
fact,
anime.
I think there was an actual
story,
I think
yeah.
there was an actual school in Sun and Moon. I'm like vaguely remembering I caught my Grimer outside of a school. And like I was going to like different classrooms and stuff.
Don't remember. Like I said, that was the most.
It was like the first area.
It was the most.
I don't even remember.
It was so boring. I don't remember much of the beginning.
Anyway.
I tried to restart that and I couldn't.
Oh, I can't go back.
Also, going back to what the whole the journey is your lesson or whatever like that, think about it. You are the smartest person out there because like all of these other trainers are idiots. Think about that. Your rival, at least like your buddy rivals, are always like they're so much worse than you. The people who you run into on the streets, they have like 2 Pokemon where it's like you can literally catch like 4 more. It's okay, dude.
That's why I hated Sun and Moon, is because everyone had 2 Pokemon. Like, it was so rare you found a trainer that had 3.
Yeah.
It's like and you're just destroying everybody. So like maybe it's not a common thing like that. Like I guess more so what I'm saying is like everyone's an idiot.
I mean, in older versions of the game, you would encounter people that had like 4 Pokemon. There was that guy that had 6 Magikarps, which he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But
when they all turn into Gyarados, we're all screwed.
oh yeah, no, he is a dominant force of
that
nature.
guy's gonna be a beast.
It's
Yeah.
gonna pay off in the end.
To be fair, like
That'd be a great comeback in a later game.
Yeah.
I would love it if that guy showed up again and use face a
It's the same fisherman, and it's just a 6.
It's 6
team of
Gyarados.
Gyarados.
if they ever, I'm sure they will because they remake the first gen all the time. But like the next time they remake it, like once you beat the Pokemon League, like everyone in the game's Pokemon change, like by leveling up and like evolving and stuff. That would be crazy.
I think
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be.
I feel like that's happening.
Like you can refight everybody
Yeah.
on your journey, and everyone's like
you can literally
leveled
go
up.
through it again as a bonus to like like even say it's been a year. Let's say it's been a year in game
That's-
in game time.
Pete, that's genius. That's like that's after like post game material.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or like the people who want to train their Pokemon up to like level 100, but they can't because they defeated the Elite Four at like level 60 or 70.
Yeah.
Like you go back through the game and you defeat everybody at a higher level, and you get your Pokemon to level 100. That's fucking genius.
feel like-
I would hope by then, like once you reach the Elite Four, all your Pokemon are level 100, and all the Pokemon in the Elite Four are at the very least level 95.
I feel like we could write an amazing Pokemon game based on this conversation of just like
I love that idea because I've never gotten a Pokemon to level 100.
I just love the idea of just us writing a Pokemon game based on this conversation. And
I love the fans that like come up with their own gens.
Yo, I downloaded where is it? Just before it was removed forever, well, quote unquote forever, from the internet. I downloaded Pokemon Uranium.
yes! Oh my god, Pokemon Uranium is amazing.
Like, it's a damn shame that they fucking canned that. That person worked so hard on it and did such a good job, and then like not even a week in, Nintendo's like, you take that shit down.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's gonna
for
happen.
those of you who don't know, Pokemon Uranium is a independent Pokemon game that was made where the story is so dark and so messed up
But so good.
and so good. I feel like we could write a amazingly realistic dark Pokemon world.
I think that's coming up towards the end of the podcast now, and
Oh yeah, wow,
I know.
we're it's already time. Look at that.
it's already time.
Well, it
So I
was.
want to thank everyone. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was a lot of fun. This one went real fast.
This one
Yeah, it
was
really did.
weird. Like, because we had
I liked
we
it.
had structure to the other episodes, but like this was just like, let's just talk about Pokemon.
Which was great though, because it was just us doing what we always do,
Which is
bullshitting.
yammering on like a bunch of idiots and making fun of each other.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck you,
that what a
Gengar
podcast-
lover.
You just
Isn't that what a podcast should be? Just friends.
putzing
Yes.
around.
Friends.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
Well,
Well,
so, Freddy,
take us
That
home.
That is this edition of the Internet Nobodies podcast. I have been Freddie.
I've been Dale, and haunt.
I've been Pete, and Baby Ralts is best.
Squirtle.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Will Pokemon become real? Will Pokemon prostitution become a valuable part of society? Will the team make a game of their own? Find out next time on the podcast.
Da-da-da-da.